Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the J22 report. I'm your host, Johnny Market. You all know that drill. Hit that like button and subscribe if you already haven't. And just want to do a little disclaimer that nothing I say should be construed as financial advice. This is just my opinions on the markets and what I think's coming and whatnot. If you do invest, just consult a financial advisor before doing so. So anyway, let's just get into today's news. Just look at this big news today. Unemployment. If you look at it, the jobs numbers. Let me share my screen. And I will. So right here, non-farm payrolls. The consensus was 175,000, much lower than expected, 114,000. Really a bad jobs numbers today. And if you actually look at it also, it's not just the jobs numbers. Factory orders, that was down 3.3% on a month over month basis. So if you look at it, the job numbers, and the other thing too is jobs gain in May and June were revised down 2,000 and 27,000 respectively. So if you look at it, not only were the jobs numbers less than expected, but uh, per standard operating procedure, jobs gains from last month and the month before were revised down. So really poor jobs reports. If you look at how the market's saying, gold was only down $3 today, sharing my screen. Silver was up 9 cents. And the markets really, the stock equities really took the S&P was down 100. Now it's a 5346. It was at around 5,400 and around $50, give or take 10 each. And if you look at the Dow, that was down $610. It was down 900 at one point. I remember NASDAQ down 417 points. Look at this. Markets are treating bad news as bad news again. So if you look at that, that is, and as we can, if you've been following this channel, it's talked about how the data was getting worse. It went from really good Goldilocks to mixed economic data, and now it's just getting bad. So they're no longer laughing at the recession deniers. When you look at gold, it was up initially, but and this is very good because what I saw was margin selling. People were so down in these stock markets, like six, because at one point the Dow, let's go down, see. At one point, this was down. If you look at this, 39397. It's right below the red. And that was 400 points down less than today. And, probably some plunge protection team buying, who knows. But if you look at it, there was probably a lot of margin selling. And I think that's why gold. And this is bullish because this is like the sell off in '08. And if you look at what happened to, let's just see if we can get to GDX day. I'll see GDX. Let me see if I can actually show a chart here. Let's do a max right here. So here's GDX. This is right now 2008 right here. As you can sell it, this is where it was around before the economic crash, but it went down here. That was a lot of margin selling, but then it quickly went up and it went up to around 60, 62. That was from 50, but 60, 62. And it really made quite a big run. And that's where we could be at now. So yeah, this type of margin selling should be going for now. I don't think it'll sell off quite like '08. I could be wrong. But this is the type meaning a big run's coming because and you'll see stuff like I'll just use this as an example. Bear Creek. It's not even It's not doing well now, but if you go to max, let's go to max. You actually look at it. It was at 63 cents and $9.30. So even before the '08 crisis was at $8, went to 63. But then it went to, yeah, if you look at it here, 10. I remember it being at $12 at one point. So yeah, you're gonna see a big these types of runs when it's capitulation, margin selling, lead for gold and the gold historically speaking. So anyway, let's get into the news. The other thing is, the bad jobs reports numbers. If you've been following this channel on the bad jobs reports numbers, I've been warning that this economic data and stuff is not going to last. I thought it would be around the fall where we'd start feeling really bad data, and that would give the Fed. And the other thing is, like, we have lower rates. Like the Fed's talking about cutting rates, and we're having sell-offs like this. So, do you think there's only going to be one or two interest rate cuts if it keeps selling? No, they're going to go back down to zero if it's sold off like this. Anyway, look at this. As promised, Warren Buffett sells more Bank of America stock. And look at this. Today is August 2nd, as you can see from my computer, Friday. And here, August 2nd, they follow it. Warren Buffett selling more Bank of America stock. Maybe it's just he's taking profits. Yeah, that's what they're saying. Taking profits. Sold another 19.2 million shares for about 779 million. Yeah, that's just a little profit taking. Yeah, sorry. I mean, he's 779 million. That's not, I don't care if you're how much money you have. Previously sold 1.4 billion worth of stock at 179 million. Yeah, he sees a problem coming. I wish he had guts and actually a soul, and he would actually like admit that he thinks banks are doing poorly. But anyway, that's all it is. Buffett. And here's another one. Michael Burgess, congressman, House, Texas. And what is he selling? Oh, there it is. July 16th, selling Royal Bank of Canada. This says a buy, but it's a sell. So, sell Congressman Warren Buffett. And of course, to show how shrewd he is, what a great trader. Maybe he can teach the public how to trade like this. Sells the stock day before its worst drop ever. So, Michael, same thing. Sold United Parcel Service on July 22nd, the day before it experienced the worst day of history. Now he's selling Royal Bank of Canada. What does he know? Of course, as a representative of Congress, maybe you think he'd want to tell the people about, but there it is. And the other thing to show how bad the economy is, look at this. I came across this. Costco customers return 5-year-old mattress to wholesaler. Desperate times. Shows a video attempting to return a half-decade mattress as social media users react. So let's try to get this out. Couple tested the limits of Costco's return policies by bringing back 5-year-old mattress that they claimed was uncomfortable. Yeah, they needed money. That's probably what it was. Desperate times comes from desperate measures. Yeah. We decided to return on theory stuff that's been a couple of years without receipt. And of course, they, let's see. While they did not have a physical copy of their initial receipt, Costco card could be used to find the original purpose. Successful return. So stamp printed. They didn't have it, but they did look up their account. The return amount was on a Costco gift card, which was used to buy a new mattress. So yeah, you look at it, this is what people are doing. They're so desperate, they're returning stuff that's 5 years old, and that's just not a thing. So anyway, just a report today. Bad job numbers. You see the economy, as if you've been following this channel, I've been saying that with interest rates, the economy is really going to go, you're going to see the data declining. So if you've been listening to this channel, you should not be surprised. And if you're still listening, hit the like button, subscribe. And secondly, if you haven't been listening to this channel and this does surprise you, then you should hit the like button, subscribe, so you're not as surprised. So anyway, that's all for today. Hit that like button, subscribe. I'll be doing more videos. I got a lot more news, a lot more cool articles you might not have seen. I'll be doing them tomorrow. And I even have a guest for the first time. One of my friends, we've been friends. I've been a guest on his show, AIH Sports and AIH Finance. So we interview each other. So it's going to be a uh, fun interview. He'll be coming on. If it's not this weekend, it'll be the next. But subscribe. I'm very picky about who I'd bring on my guests. There's one and maybe two people I'm willing, him and one other I'm willing to bring on. I've worked in the industry. I know a lot of people. But anyway, that's all I have for today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you next video.